Hey guys, Erin from Top Shelf DIY here. Today I'm going to show you how I made this cornice for my son's bedroom and the future plans for it, which include crown molding, some ogee trim. I'm going to tie it into the built-in bookshelves here and the crown molding with the rest of the room. If you stay tuned, I'll show you how I secured it to the studs in the wall as well as the ceiling joist, and it's not going anywhere. So let's go. So here's the layout of my son's room. The plan is to run 3-piece crown molding and a little bit of ogee trim on the bottom of the cornice so that it ties in with the crown in the room as well as the built-in bookshelf to the right of the cornice. And we've just started with building a box that doesn't have a bottom. If you can build a box without a bottom, you can build a cornice. The dimensions of your cornice will really just depend on the size of your window. I gave myself about 2 inches of clearance to the side of each curtain rod and then about 7 inches of clearance to the front of the curtain rod so that I'd have enough room to get in there and maneuver curtains or anything else I needed to do. So I started by having a cup of coffee and by cleaning this disastrous room. Let's be honest, it's a 4-year-old's room. It's going to be a mess. The next thing I did was mark the studs and attach some cleats made from scrap 2x4 that I just drilled into the studs with 3-inch interior screws, and this formed sort of a ledger. You want to make sure there's a decent gap. I used a scrap board that's 3/4 of an inch and create a little gap there so that your cornice will actually just slip over the top of that and the weight of the cornice will be resting on the ledger. Alright, we are ready for the cornice. Then I went ahead and cut the pieces for the cornice. I needed 4 boards, 3 of which came from a 1x10 and the other piece was a 1x8. I put everything in place to make sure it was a good fit, and then I went ahead drilling pocket holes with my Craig jig, the 2 small pieces and the ceiling top piece. Unfortunately, my right angle clamp stopped working today, so we're gonna try doing this without, see how it goes. And before you attach your boards with the pocket holes, just make sure you apply a small bead of wood glue in between the seams. Okay, are you ready for this, kid?
Tell me what you're doing.
I'm just.
I thought you were filming this.
No, I was filming you as a little preview. You ready to sign the waiver for your life and your soul? All right, let's get this thing up. I'm hoping it'll fit now because I just moved that board down a teeny tiny bit. At least I should. Okay. I'll slide like this. Oh no. Still.
Well, you can see here there's a bigger gap. Should angle it or something.
Oh, it's so close.
Look.
Wait. Go.
Just wiggle it.
No. Yeah. That sucks. Hold on. Hold that.
For how long?
Right here. Okay, go ahead. You take it down. Oh, there you go. So I didn't leave enough of a gap between the ledger and the ceiling, and all I had to do was unscrew them and re-screw them in just a little bit farther down, and it worked a lot better. This is when we use our head. So before you secure it to your ceiling, you could paint the inside of your cornice, but I was a little bit impatient and I just wanted to get it done. All I did was screw directly through the ceiling piece of the cornice into the ceiling joists. And that's it. For more details, head on over to my blog post tutorial on Top Shelf DIY. I will link it below. And stay tuned for the next installment, which will include all the beautiful trim.